Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the Astro Podcast. And today's episode, we're gonna cover UFC 303. Man, I wanted to cover you a little bit of UFC Saudi Arabia, and we're gonna talk about a little bit of the NBA trades and what's currently happening right now on the first week of free agency. So I recorded this video already on Monday, and then I didn't want to upload it until like Tuesday. But the problem is I came up with some copyright issues, so the whole video got blocked. And I said, you know what? Let me just do it the next day. And so you know what, I was already, I covered some stuff already, like on based on the NBA trades, but this is also good for me because now I get to update all the news and just give you guys right info and shit. But here we go. So let's cover first UFC 303. So in UFC 303, it was saved definitely by Jiri and Alex, bro. They saved the fucking card. Originally, we were supposed to get Michael Chandler and Conor McGregor, but there was a lot of shenanigans going on with, I don't know, Conor getting injured and Chandler. I don't know. So, originally, that was a main card. Then, Jerry and Alex step up to play, and they made the main event for UFC 303. And then, we haven't received any news if Michael Chandler and Conor are still fighting, maybe later in the year or next year. But like I said in one of my episodes, it's a bad look for freaking Chandler because Rob has been inactive for a while, and he should just fight someone else. Maybe just stay active until he waits for Connor, the big money fight. But whatever. Let's focus on the main event. So right now, I want to talk about a little about the prelims. I tend to watch prelims just because there's always someone else new, like, oh, this is the next big star, and then yeah, it's always good to watch the prelims. So let's talk about this kid named, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, Peyton Talbot. So this kid knocked out his opponent in 19 seconds. Peyton Talbot, bro. Peyton Talbot. Look at it. It took him 19 seconds to knock his opponent out. Boom. And also, guys, I'm not gonna show any videos because this is why I got copyright strike in the first place. So I can only show like photos, and hopefully this doesn't get copyrighted. I hope this not. But as you can see, this kid is amazing. I seen his previous fights before. He's a really good kid. I could definitely see him being a threat in the division. And many people are, you know what? Just give him a title match. Just give him against Sean O'Malley. I'm like, what the hell? It's a little bit too early. Maybe just some ranked fighters first, and then we'll see where he goes. So this is one of the prelims that I wanted to show. Now let's go to the main event. We're going into the main event. The last prelim fight, there was breaking news of Brian Ortega stepping out because he was sick of a fever, and Lopez could easily just like go out and not fight at all, but he was still gonna pay for it. He was still gonna get paid, but Lopez decided, you know what, I'll fight anyone, anytime, anywhere. So Dan step up and a 4 hour notice. What the fuck, dude? Who the fuck does that? Dan step up in a 4 hour notice, and he gained a lot of respect for that, bro. He gained a lot of respect for that, just because for the reason is that, let's just say, bro was just like drinking a beer and something with his family and friends, or he was out shopping or something, and he just gets a call like, hey, you know what, can you step out for a match real quick, for a co-main event, for a pay-per-view event? And he stepped up. He said, you know what, fuck it, let's do it. If I lose, it don't matter. But obviously was kind of like a bad for Diego Lopez because there was so many things going on that week. And then this came up literally last minute on the pay-per-view day. This came up. You said Brian Ortega is not fighting you anymore. Maybe someone else. And then we get Dan versus Diego Lopez. So unfortunately, I wasn't home to watch the pay-per-view. So I'm basing my analysis based on the few clips that I watch, on some of the comments that people are saying based on that. So if you guys go rewatch the fights, and you maybe comment down below based on my opinions and shit, and let me know. I wanna conversate with you guys and say, you know what, I think he won in this, all that. Okay, so based on what I seen on this fight, Diego Lopez looked pretty good. He looked pretty good. I think he could easily, use this fight for experience, maybe like rearrange some of the things that he has to work on, mistakes he has done. But I do say Diego Lopez really belongs in the division. So obviously he's still young, he's still gonna fight and shit. So he has to rearrange, like I said, rearrange any mistakes based on this fight, and we'll see where he goes. But one thing that I didn't notice is that by the round three, he was a little bit tired. I don't know if that was based on the he had to like make weight 3 times, very likely, or the stress, obviously, because he had faced throughout the week. So yeah, but he looked he looked a little bit exhausted by round three, which could be a problem, because later on in his career, you want to try to improve your cardio because that's a big factor, and especially in this high level of MMA. So he has to work a little bit on that. But like I said, it could be very likely because he had to make three times weight. He had to make weight 3 times, so it's possibly that could have been a problem as well. So yeah, but he looked really good in the fight. And also big shout out to Dan. Obviously, big respect for both fighters, especially for Dan, because you know what, 4 hour notice. Who the fuck would ever do that? Who the fuck would ever do that? So another fight that I wanted to talk about, and then I think I did skip it because it was the first one, is Ian Machado versus MVP. So a lot of people were saying like, dude, we expected the best striking match. Did not happen, bro. It did not happen. So based on the comments, a lot of people are saying that, bro, Ian just went for grappling. He just went for grappling and shit. Very likely because he was getting outstrike or he wanted to change his game plan. But I think it's all due because sometimes when strikers seeing that they're probably getting hit a lot, and it was like, holy shit, this guy's better at striking than me. I think I'm gonna change my game plan, go to wrestling, do something that he might not be comfortable doing. So it could be very likely that Ian wanted to either two things. He wanted to change his game plan because he was probably losing. You never know. Or he was like, you know what? Let me try something new. Let me try out this and this and this, and I could potentially use it in the future. So that's why a lot of people were saying that Ian, instead of a striking match, it turned to a grappling match. Like, he's a wrestler now. Like, what the fuck? And there was a attempt where Ian almost got the choke on MVP. It was a close call, but you know what? It ended up in a unanimous decision win. So yeah, congrats for Ian. And I don't know why Ian gets so much hate. I mean, I could see why based on his personal issues with his wife. But even though, like, we should leave that aside, I feel like for me, I try to leave business aside a little bit for the personal issues and just focus on what they bring to the table, skills and talent and stuff like that. But you know what, you're gonna get hunt for this for the rest of your life, especially for Ian's situation. But this doesn't mean like he sucks. He's very good. I would say he is very good. But like I said, let's just see what in the future what he potentially can become a star. Very likely, maybe not like Connor's, because there was a lot of people at first like comparing him with as like Connor level, but you never know. You gotta see. And for MVP, obviously coming off his debut win against Holland, it's just his second fight in the UFC, so obviously he's gonna get tested more, and hopefully he could keep on winning. I wish the best, wish dude the best and shit. And let's move on to one of the. There's a lot of people who are saying there was controversial stoppage, but based on the images that I seen up close, based on what I seen on social media, I think this was a valid stoppage. So this is what happened. So in the women's bantamweight in the main event, she gets cut right above the eye. And a lot of people are saying, like, you know what? Where the fuck did the doctor stop this? She could have kept fighting. If she was able to fight, she could have kept on going, and we could have seen the full match. But unfortunately, this is the type of like cuts that I say, you know what? This is valid. This is a valid stoppage just for the reason for her safety, as well as this is a disadvantage, especially if you're going on more rounds in, because first of all, think about it. If you're getting a big cut right here above your eye, and then let's say you take him to the ground and you getting ground and pounded, bro. Just imagine all that blood coming down your eye. It's like, it's a disadvantage because now you can only see with one eye. You just constantly be touching yourself, like clean yourself, which is bad because a little bit something like that, fighter could take advantage and then you can be taken down, and as well that could have become worse. So I said this is a valid stoppage, and I don't know why people are saying it's controversial. You know what? Valid stoppage, valid. So now let's move on to the main event. I know I skipped Anthony Smith's fight, but like, main event. Main event is what everyone's here for. So main event. So we got Alex Pereira and Jiri Prochazka rematching at each other, and this is Alex defending his title once again. So Jiri and Alex step up in a few weeks' notice, and we get the rematch. And I said in one of my previous videos that, you know what, I hope Jiri brings a little bit of grappling into this match. Hopefully he brings it and then learns from his mistakes. Well, guess what? He did not, bro. He did not learn anything. So, but in round 1, we get Jiri Prochazka getting knocked down by the same way he got knocked down in the previous fight. Alex was able to like a quick left hook to the face, and then Jiri just goes down and shit. We're like, okay, he got saved by last minute. Now we get on to round 2. Fucking Alex does a switch kick and hits Jiri on the freaking head and knocks him down. In round 2, and he got knocked down, and Jiri was out of it, bro. He was out of it. He couldn't even stand. I'm like, what the fuck? A switch kick to the head, to the temple. What the fuck, dude? You cannot stand and strike against Alex Pereira. You cannot do that. So, like I said, I wish Jiri should have brought some grappling in this rematch, but because that's what a lot of people are saying, and I'm part of it too. Like, you know what, Jiri should have done a little grappling, test out how good Alex grappling is good, if it's good or not, if he is able to grapple on the ground or stuff like that. But we didn't see it in this fight. We didn't see it. We just saw more of Alex being able to dominate his opponent. And a lot of people are saying that he could easily go to the heavyweight division and become a three division champion. And I said, you know what? Let him fucking do it. This is such a good idea. I mean, even now, if he doesn't, he is gonna be the GOAT, bro. He's easily an all-time favorite, bro. All-time best fucking fighter. He's one of the best of the best. Especially, dude, he hasn't been that long here in the UFC as well, dude. Think about that shit. All the money he made, especially with the rematches with Israel Adesanya, dude, the fucking trilogies and shit. The trilogy, and then after in this fight, bro, going up to light heavyweight. He's already definitely in the talks of being the GOAT. And then, even if he goes to the heavyweight division, becomes champion. Holy shit, bro. 3 division champion. This could easily happen, bro. Maybe getting some more few fights in the light heavyweight. Probably like, you know, I'm not gonna say gain experience, because this motherfucker has a shit ton of experience, especially in his kickboxing. But we haven't really seen him face a grappler. But you never know. We can never doubt Alex Pereira, bro. Especially after this fight, we can never doubt him. And a lot of people made money that day. But like I said, could easily become a heavyweight champion if he does decide to go up and weight. But heavyweight division right now is kind of boring. There's stars in there. Like, I'm not saying like there is not good fighters in heavyweight division, because there's a shit ton of good fighters. But the problem is John Jones doesn't want to vacate the title. Now that's a problem, because you're holding up the division. Now Alex potentially going up on heavyweight, it'll be a fucking good matchup, bro. Especially now with rising star of Tom Aspinall. We got Cyril Gain definitely up in the talks too as well. John Jones being the champion could easily fight Alex Pereira, biggest fight of the year. They're selling a lot of money if that actually happens. Now, John Jones doesn't want to fight. He says he wants to wait until Stipe is good or some shit like that. Because I don't know who got injured. And I think John Jones still winning the Stipe fight. So, I don't know why the fuck John Jones doesn't want to vacate the title. Like, bro, you're holding out the division. Just fucking let it go, bro. If you could just let it go, retire, you're ready to go, bro. You're in the Hall of Fame already, so it doesn't really matter. Now, he doesn't want to do it for a reason. I don't know why. He's being criticized like, hey, if you don't want to fight, just fight fucking Tom Aspinall. Just fight instead of fucking Stipe. Like, okay, Stipe's already washed, bro. He's already old. He don't got it like he used to. Now, you should fight Tom Aspinall, rising star in the heavyweight division. And a lot of people say like, you're scared, bro, because you know you're gonna lose. Now, we know that John Jones has no losses in his record. He only has a no contest based on an illegal elbow. So that was his only like fight. There was no contest. Now is the rest of his win. He has a lot of wins. He's mostly wins and no contest. Now, and there was a fight who a lot of people are saying that's really controversial that maybe he might have lost that fight. So it was against Dominic Reyes. So he fought Dominic Reyes, and then a lot of people saying like he lost that fight. He definitely lost that fight against Dominic Reyes, and I don't know, bro. Maybe if he fights Tom Aspinall instead of waiting for Stipe, we could see his full potential. But let's leave it aside for now because I want to shift the conversation to boxing. I want to talk. I know I'm a little bit late on these news and shit, but I don't know. I just really found out that Ryan Garcia is suspended from boxing. He's suspended from boxing, and he's not gonna be able to fight, as well as Devin Haney. His record is gonna be undefeated now, so that fight doesn't count because they found an illegal substance in Ryan's based on the test that they came out, and so Devin Haney undefeated now. Now, a lot of people are criticizing Devin Haney for like, oh, dude, you got your ass beaten. You could have just accepted that fight. And you know what? This is kind of a bad look for Devin Haney because, first of all, on the when he went against Lomachenko, a lot of people were saying like he lost that fight. Maybe he did win a few rounds in there, but he got his ass beaten. So when it came to this fight against Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney definitely could get his ass kicked. He's definitely could lose a fight because what we've seen, he gets his ass kicked by Ryan Garcia. Now, especially let's say, for example, he faces Tank. And Tang has stated that he wants to fight Lomachenko. Now, this is good for Tang because he's stepping up. He's stepping up again at big stars. Lomachenko is really fucking good. His footwork, all that stuff, amazing fighter. Now, if Devin Haney goes against Tang, I do see some trouble in there. And then, especially because Tang has fucking beat Ryan Garcia, bro. And then Ryan Garcia beating Devin Haney. Now, Devin Haney, he looks like he could get his ass kicked. He could definitely lose against some other like elite fighter. Ryan is an elite fighter. He's definitely up there. He has a lot of good things in his arsenal. But like we said, he got illegal substance, and the fight doesn't really count. So Devin Haney is undefeated. But whatever. Hopefully, Ryan Garcia can be able to do some other stuff if he's suspended from boxing. But I heard, based on the tweets that he has been posting on X, we've seen that he could potentially come to MMA. Holy shit. Okay, first of all, this MMA and versus boxing topic, like, I don't know, dude. I'm always gonna put, it's based on the scenario. Okay, let me put it this way. Now, if a boxer goes to MMA, the boxer's gonna get his ass whipped, bruh. Kicked, kneed, elbow, whatever. Take down to the ground. All that shit. Now, if an MMA fighter goes to boxing, he's getting his ass kicked by a boxer, bro. And here's why. First of all, MMA, there's different styles. You could be a wrestler. You could be you could your arsenal could be Brazilian Jiu-jitsu, Muay Thai, kickboxing, boxing, or you can be just one dimensional in MMA. But the problem is, if you're one dimensional, let's say boxing is your only tool, you're getting your ass taken down, kicked on the legs, anything. Now in MMA, you need to have some diversity. You want to have a little bit of everything: wrestling, judo, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Muay Thai, all this, in order to be successful. You can't just be one dimensional. Because okay, you can't be just one dimensional. The best example I can give you right now in MMA that we've seen it before is Ben Askren. So this motherfucker his wrestling was not even that good, bro. I don't know what the fuck. He only starts to be his wrestling. He gets his ass whipped by Jorge Masvidal by a knee. I don't know why that motherfucker even went to the UFC. So yeah, Ben Askren. Like I said, I don't know where the fuck Ben Askren even to. Yeah, Ben Askren is a good example of one-dimensional fighter, and like I said, he wasn't successful in MMA. I don't know why the fuck he went to UFC, but lefty that set aside. Like I said, if you're one-dimensional in MMA, you're not gonna find much success. Now, let's say MMA fighter going into boxing, his only worry is practice boxing, just boxing. What I mean by boxing is all the things that come along with it. So it's just footwork, defense, head movement, and all that stuff. You gotta worry about all that stuff in boxing. And I know a lot of people are gonna commentate, like gonna say in the comments, say, you know what, there's a lot of styles in boxing, but yeah, but all those styles are just boxing. You don't have to worry about getting your ass taken down or kicked. Like I said, you know what, if an MMA fighter goes into boxing, he has to worry about boxing. Just that's it, boxing. That's why a lot of MMA fighters that go into boxing are not really successful, because their whole life they have been doing so many arts they had to worry about, and obviously they had specialized in wrestling, just wrestling. But let's say you go to boxing, what if he's striking his ass, bro? Like that's a problem. Now this whole MMA versus boxing shit, I found it kind of like, dude, you cannot really argue because they're two different sports. Now, if maybe in a street fight, I don't know, bro. Street fight is different because motherfuckers just gonna pull out a gun and kill you right there. There's not even a whole point to even fight. But like I said, this whole MMA and boxing shit, I don't know. It's just like the two different sports, two different things you gotta worry about, and that's why I said maybe if Ryan Garcia goes into MMA, he has to give at least a year or 2 years, bro, to even prepare for an MMA fight. He has to learn the basics of a takedown, defending a takedown, the basics of learning kicking, elbow, knees, a little bit of grappling too, and there's some jiu-jitsu, some judo. But dude, like I said, hope I if Ryan does go to MMA, obviously his best tool has been boxing. There's a lot of plenty good boxers on. We have some good names in the UFC. We have, especially now, champion Lilia Topoira. I think that's how you say his name. Max Holloway, Dustin Poirier, really great boxers. Like their boxing is pretty good, but obviously they have some other they have another tools in the arsenal. And Ryan Garcia, being a boxer is his only tool. But like I said, he has to learn a little bit of everything to even like get to fight in MMA. Because come on now, you're gonna get your ass whipped. Imagine by a wrestler getting your ass taken down. Now, I hope it does happen. I do want to see a boxer coming into MMA. But you know what? Let's see how it goes. So, let's talk about recently what has been going on in the NBA trades. So in the first week of free agency in the NBA trades, we have seen a lot of movement going on. First of all, we have the confirmation of Chris Paul has been waived by the Golden State Warriors, so he will be joining the Spurs on an $11 million contract. Now, recently we have seen Klay Thompson have been in trouble with organizations with the organization of Golden State Warriors, and then he said he was not being respected or by the organization, and Klay Thompson now it's been confirmed because it happened a few days ago. So Klay Thompson will be joining the Dallas Mavericks. I think it's gonna be a 3-year contract, 50 million. So hopefully it goes well, and it's just the end of an era, bro. End of an era for the Golden State Warriors. So it's gonna be Steph Curry, and I remember the other dude's name. I forgot. Draymond. I think it's Draymond. So now with Klay Thompson leaving, we see it's just gonna be Steph Curry, and Draymond Green. Splash Brothers era. It's over. And dude, it's fine, bro. Cause first of all, they have won a lot of championships. Great franchise. They did a lot of good things in the Golden State Warriors. And then obviously it's kind of sad seeing everyone part of their own ways. First of all, when seeing Kevin Durant leaving, then we got Klay Thompson. So it's like, you know what? It has to happen. All good things have to come to an end. Now, with that being said, Klay Thompson is going to the Dallas Mavericks. We have Paul George is set to join the Philadelphia Sixers. Paul George is going to the Philadelphia Sixers. You heard that right. Now, James Harden is still gonna play for the Clippers, so he's staying on a 2-year contract, and isn't it weird that, okay, first of all, James Harden left the Philadelphia Sixers. Now Paul George is joining the Sixers. What the fuck, bro? And we got Kevin Love is going back to the Miami Heat on a 2-year contract. Now, my biggest focus on the NBA trades right now is what the front office is doing for the Bulls. Like if we're getting anyone good or anything like that. So my main focus is on the Bulls right now. So the first things that we've seen is that the news this got me a little bit sad, because what the fuck, Bulls? What the fuck is the front office doing? Now we got the news that Caruso has been traded to the Thunder for Josh Giddey. Like, what the fuck is the front office doing, bro? We traded a defender for an offender. Like, what the fuck? Not jokes aside, bro. So another, and what other things the Bulls have done is that Jalen Smith is joining the Chicago Bulls on a 3-year contract coming off from Indiana Pacers. Andrew Drummond is set to return to the Philadelphia Sixers. I don't know why the fuck would the Bulls even trade Andrew Drummond. He was really good. I think they should have played it a lot more. And I don't know. With all these moments going on, I see the Bulls aiming to a young roster and probably build off that, which is good. Sometimes maybe having a young roster might not work in the first season, but dude, you can always depend on these young motherfuckers, because first of all, they're healthy, they're young, they still have it, they still have the athletic, they have all that athletic shit. Now, it's always to have some better presence in the team, and because obviously they're veterans, they've been in the game for so long, and they could teach these motherfuckers how to play, and then give them tactics, like all tips and suggestions, all that shit. Now, with the Bulls recently, their relationship with Zach LaVine has been shredded. There seems to be no respect between the Bulls and Zach LaVine, and so right now the Bulls are trying to see their options with Zach LaVine and see like who could they get for Zach LaVine. And what I've seen, there's not many teams interested in Zach LaVine, and Zach LaVine's not that bad, bro. He's really good, but I think obviously with age, there's a lot of injuries, and DeMar DeRozan. Now, it was stated by someone. I think it was a source, but I forgot what was his name. He stated that DeMar said this, that after the Bulls trading Caruso, it was his last straw, meaning that he is he is potentially leaving the Bulls. He is leaving the Bulls, and then there was talks of even LeBron able to get a pay cut and over to get DeMar DeRozan. So we could probably see DeMar DeRozan going to the Lakers, joining him, LeBron James, and Bronny James. But like I said, the Bulls seem to be aiming to a young roster, which might work. And like I said, the Lakers are probably trying to aim for a all star team. And obviously, the Lakers. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but this is based on based on basic knowledge that I have. So if a team is full of like all stars, but let's say they are veterans, they've been in the game for so long, isn't that a little bit bad? Well, there's a good side, obviously. There's a good side to that. Potentially a lot of wins could potentially win a championship. But the thing is, you're very likely of having several players get injured because obviously they're veterans. They've been in for so long that obviously they're now a high chance of prone to injuries, which is bad. And we've seen it before, obviously, with big stars getting injured and they being out um for his whole season just because of their injuries, which is bad because sometimes maybe that star was like that the team dependent on and the star, but now he's injured, so it's like now they're in a losing streak and shit. Like I said, I think that's just what I think. If the Lakers are actually trying to get an all-star team and maybe build around LeBron and Bronny, it's good in a way because it's all stars, bro. They know how to play the game. They know how to beat the teams and shit. They know against what players, you know, should I guard him? No. Should I make sure he I know his tactics and ways, so all that stuff. Now, as I said, it's there's always a good inside of having all star teams with having all veterans. But like I said, hopefully they don't me wrong. So with that being said, the Bulls, let's see what are their next moves this past few days. Let's see what are they up to, and then hopefully we could get a confirmations based on Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan. Oh, and I'm forgetting someone. I'm forgetting Nikola Vucevic. I'm still forgetting about them. Right now, Nikola's playing for the Olympics, as well as Luka Doncic, and other players. But yeah, I forgot about Nikola Vucevic, but now he's currently playing in the Olympics. So we gotta wait on the confirmations for these three players, these main stars in the Bulls. And also, there was also talks about Lonzo Ball. I seen it's because I seen a lot of different news. It's either Lonzo getting traded because the Bulls are, you know what, been waiting for bro. He's been injured for so long. You know what, we just let him go. Another news that I seen on some other pages is either because there was a video recently gone out of Lonzo balling. He's been playing. He seems to be a little bit. He's been like recovered and shit. And a lot of people are saying, you know what, the Bulls just keep him and play with a young motherfuckers. And he's still young too, but he's injured. He's been injured, which is, obviously it's gonna take away from you, so from playing and shit. But like I said, we're gonna wait until the Bulls what are their next moves, especially in the next few days. And especially I want to know about Zach LaVine, DeMar, and Nikola. So we could probably see DeMar getting traded, very likely, as well as Zach LaVine. But it all depends. It all could happen really this second that I'm talking, and by the time I post a video, it could happen, bro, which is weird. But leave your comments down below. What are you guys' opinion based on what the Bulls are doing? The few moves that they're doing. Let me know. Let me know about your opinions. Was a Caruso a good trade? Also about the recent with Jalen Smith joining the Bulls. I think there's this dude named Bull Central. He uploaded a video like if there was a good trade or not. I think it was Bull Central. I saw the video. and it was pretty good. But he gives like full analysis about the fucking player, so you can see like was this a good signing or not. So check him out. And I want to see the Bulls prosper, bro. It's been a while since what we did reach the playoffs, but we lost against the Milwaukee Bucks, and the first time that I remember when the Chicago Bulls got Caruso, Lonzo Ball, DeMar, Nikola Vucevic, when everyone was healthy, dude. That season, I was like, they gave us hope. Like, holy shit, dude, this team is fucking solid. But everything went down the sink, bro. Lonzo got injured, and then we were getting injuries from Zach LaVine and all this shit, and it went downhill like this quick. It's like what I see in the Bulls, bro. I don't know. It seems like they don't give players to prosper. We've seen this with Larry Markkinen. Larry Markkinen, he's fucking solid now. He's a fucking good ass player. He wasn't in the Bulls. He was good. He was decent. Now when he left the Bulls, he became a good ass fucking player. That's what I'm saying. Like, it seems like players can't really seem to like prosper in the Bulls. I don't know if they don't let them play. That's a big factor, bro. If you're constantly in the bench, you're not gonna gain any experience by just staying in the fucking bench, and they just put you in like last minute, like last fucking minute and shit. It's just like, dude, you gotta constantly play. That's what I keep on saying. Bulls, they don't seem like to let players prosper. And obviously with Andrew Drummond, he was always on the bench, and then they never let him play and shit. And obviously, he's really decent. He's a good veteran, and I think it's good that he left the Bulls so he can prosper someone else like the Sixers, since he got signed there. But I said the Bulls, all Bulls fucking teams suck, bro. What is the White Sox, the Cubs, the Blackhawks, the Chicago Fire, the Bulls, bro? It's like, what the fuck is going on, bro? When is it gonna be the day at least we win a championship? I mean, the Cubs were a World Series a long time ago, bro. We're in fucking 2024 right now. Like, we need to win a championship, bro. Especially for like, I'm more into like basketball. It's more easier to me for understand. Other sports are a little bit, I don't know, the rules are a little bit different, but yeah, basketball's the only one I really enjoy. I mean, I do in general. I like watching any sport. I mean, I understand it, but there's always hype in their own sport. I seen baseball. Baseball is not really my thing. It's a little bit boring. I mean, the innings and all that shit. And then, but I understand a little bit of it. Football, it's obviously fucking hyped. I like football, but I prefer college football. It's usually the most entertaining. Obviously NFL too, but obviously I like to see young motherfuckers tackle each other. And I enjoy other sports, basketball, soccer, any sport. But obviously my favorite of all is combat sports. By combat sports, I mean boxing, MMA, all that stuff. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy the video. Tune in for any more news. So I'm still trying to figure out a schedule. I wanted to probably have Mondays every time I post on Mondays in the afternoon, record on Mondays and post it that same day. But sometimes the problem is that there's like so many news coming out literally the next day. So I think sometimes it's gonna depend. So I'm still gotta figure out a schedule to post these type of videos. Hopefully each week. I try to like post each week. Like you guys know my series of the Hell Journey videos. I try to post them every week, and then the Astro podcast, try to keep them every week going. But I think with the Astro podcast, there's so many news coming out that it's like, I have to wait a little bit longer just so I can give you guys the right info. And yeah, guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Tune in next time, and love each other, respect each other, check on each other. Peace.